Hi, my name's Rachel. So I grew up in a house where my mom really loves the Lord, but my dad was pretty open about the fact that he didn't believe in God. Um, and my dad is a pretty intimidating person who instilled a lot of fear in our house. So my mom never really talked about the fact that she knew Jesus. It just was something that wasn't talked about. We went to church when I was younger, but my dad didn't like it. And then we stopped as soon as I started middle school. So it was just something that wasn't really brought up ever in my house. So growing up, I was pretty scared of my dad. He was pretty mean to my mom, just verbally. Was pretty rule based. My entire childhood was just following rules, very strict. Everything had to be in a certain place, spick and span all the time. And if it wasn't, we sat down and had family meetings, and I got yelled at. My mom got yelled at. So growing up, my mom and I both resented my dad a lot, just for instilling a lot of fear in us. So my whole life, I didn't really have much of a relationship with my dad, and I started playing basketball when I was in middle school, and that became the entire relationship. So all we talked about was basketball. It turned into just yelling before and after games. I had to do the workouts, or he wouldn't talk to me. I had to play well, he wouldn't talk to me. And if my mom ever tried to defend me, he just yelled at her. So there was just a lot of tension in our house. I kind of just tried to go through life following the rules, not getting noticed a ton, having people like me. And so I did that for a while. Sophomore year of high school, I just started to care a ton about what all my friends thought. And I never drank or partied or anything. And then sophomore year, I kind of just said screw it. And my friends tried to get me to party, and I realized that they thought I was cool and included me more. And I felt like, oh, they want me there, so it's fun. It was never coping for me. It was more just social. So sophomore through freshman year of college, I partied just a ton and was in a pretty unhealthy relationship throughout high school, which I think tainted even more the view that I have on men, and just the risk. I just don't have a ton of respect for them because of this relationship, because of relationship with my dad. So through high school, my friendships were basically partying. I was friends with my Young Life leader, Jess, but I didn't go very often because my friends didn't like it, so I didn't want them to think that I liked it. Somehow I went to camp senior year, and I loved it. My friends hated it, so I kind of spent the whole week pretending like I didn't like it. I wouldn't talk or anything, and by the end of the week, I had a couple of my friends pray over me, and I wanted to give my life to Jesus, but I was way too scared to do it in front of my friends that, didn't want anything to do with that. So I didn't. And I texted my leader on my way home and was like, hey, I think I want that. But then the next week I went on vacation with my friend and got drunk and was like, you know what, I'm going to a party school. That's just what I'm going to do. I'll do this Jesus thing later in life. And so freshman year of college was kind of the worst year of my life. It was just very lonely and sad, and every friendship built in college was just built on partying, and I just was kind of sick of it. I started going to first year, and Jess told me you will make friends, you will have community, and that's what you're lacking right now. And so I went and I made some really great friends. I was still skeptical about the whole Jesus thing. We went to a leader weekend, and I think it just kind of hit me at one point of I don't have any purpose in my life. I go to school and I wake up every day and don't want to do anything. And at this leader weekend, I was everybody's so happy and joyful and feel like they have purpose to their life, and I just finally felt like I understood why. And so I told Jess that I wanted to give my life to Jesus. And I asked her what it would take for me to lead Young Life. She was like, well, first of all, you probably have to stop partying and drinking and, messing around with guys. And then you just have to love kids and love Jesus. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I stopped and I tried to run after Jesus as hard as I could. And I care about my friends a lot, so I figured that I could do that if that's all it took. So I started leading Young Life, and it has changed my entire life. I've never grown so much as I have between freshman year of college and now. I used to be like a very shy and quiet person who didn't want to be noticed ever, and I think I'm pretty like loud and outgoing now. My just entire personality's changed. I feel like I have purpose in life and can actually love my friends and my family and forgive my dad and care about people on a completely different level that I never did before.